Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well out there. We have got a packed out show for you today, so make sure you hit that like button on the video. And if you're new to the channel and you want to keep up to date with all Manchester United news and opinions, please go ahead and subscribe. We got reports yesterday and today that Jadon Sancho and Erik ten Hag sat down to have a meeting and discuss his future at Manchester United post that statement that he's left on Twitter, and it's still pinned on Twitter and it's still on top of his Twitter feed so everyone can see what he thinks about Ten Hag and how he thinks he's lied about his training at Manchester United. We heard from reports over the weekend that Ten Hag wanted to sit down with Jadon Sancho and discuss the statement and discuss his future at Manchester United and see where he's going. A few different reports came out in the evening yesterday saying that the meeting with Ten Hag and Jadon Sancho did not resolve any issues, and Jadon Sancho has agreed that he wants to leave Manchester United in the January transfer window. That is massive news for Manchester United, who were hoping that Jadon Sancho could stay at the club. As we've said before, we don't really know what's going on with Jadon Sancho and why he's not playing well, why he's not training well, and why he now wants to leave Manchester United and doesn't want to fight for his place at Manchester United. It is sad news to hear because we really did like Jadon Sancho. We really thought he would actually do really well at Manchester United. He is a talented player, but something with Jadon Sancho hasn't clicked at Manchester United. He's not been the player that he was at Dortmund. Whether it's the pressure or whether it's the environment, we do not know. But what we do know is that Jadon Sancho is not the player that he used to be at Dortmund. He's nowhere near. Going into this meeting with Ten Hag, it was clear that Jadon Sancho had not taken down his post on Twitter, that statement that he'd made against Ten Hag, and that really confused everybody. Why was Jadon Sancho going into this meeting with Erik ten Hag not having taken down that tweet that had caused all the issue? Now we can understand why, because Jadon Sancho doesn't actually want to be at the club. He wants out. He wants to leave Manchester United. He doesn't want to fight for his place. He doesn't want to play for Erik ten Hag, and he wants out, and this is why he left that tweet pinned on his Twitter account, and now we're hearing that he wants to leave by January. My question is, why did Sancho not make this an issue during the summer transfer window? Why did he not go up to Ten Hag and tell the management that he wants to leave Manchester United? And why did Sancho not get onto his agent and say to him, right, okay, I need to get out of this club. I want you to do everything possible to get me out of here. I want you to speak to everybody and get me out and come out publicly at that stage when Manchester United could have handled it and could have replaced him quite easily during the summer transfer window. Why did he not come out and do that? Why did he sit there and wait for the transfer window to close and the new season to start and then kick off about not being played? He should have made this an issue with Ten Hag early on in the summer transfer window, so it would have left him with some options and it would have left Manchester United with some options. But we do not know what is actually going on with Jadon Sancho. Maybe he was promised by Ten Hag that he will start more games this season. He had a decent pre-season, he played well in there, but then suddenly the season starts and he's dropped again. So we don't know what's been going on behind the scenes. There's a lot more information that will come to light in the future. What we were hearing before this crunch meeting between Ten Hag and Sancho was that Ten Hag was prepared to give Sancho another chance. Yes, he might have suspended him, he might have given him a heavy fine, but he was prepared to give Sancho another chance. Sancho clearly wants out and has told Ten Hag that he does not want to fight for his place at the team and he wants to be sold, and that is what we're hearing from reports coming out of several different news outlets in the UK. Now, this whole situation does not come at the best time for Manchester United. We've just heard that Antony will not be returning from Brazil after his international duty. He'll be staying there and trying to deal with the case that's going on against him. The different allegations being made against him by ex-girlfriends saying that he was violent towards them and abused them and assaulted them. That is an ongoing case. These are allegations that Antony is trying to deal with and deal with that case whilst he's at Brazil. So he could be out for months or even longer. So Antony could be out for months, and hence why Ten Hag was probably hoping that he could convince Sancho to fight for his place and come good when Manchester United needed him. Sancho's been there a couple of years now at Manchester United and he is a senior player and he would have been the perfect replacement for Antony right now for Ten Hag. But the situation is that Sancho clearly doesn't want to be anywhere near that team. And this is a real shame for Manchester United. When we first bought Sancho, there was so much hype around him. We bought him for millions and millions of pounds, hoping that he'd come in and transform the Manchester United team. He was so high on confidence when he was playing for Borussia Dortmund. However, since joining Manchester United, he's come nowhere near to the player that he was at Borussia Dortmund. So since last night when these reports of Sancho wanting to leave came out, immediately after we heard reports that Manchester United were being linked to a new right wing player, a free agent in El Ghazi. Yes, you heard me right, El Ghazi. He was a former Aston Villa right wing player. He's also played for PS Eindhoven, and that's where Ten Hag knows him from and has seen him play quite often. Now, El Ghazi would not be the first player you think of when you think about a right winger coming to Manchester United, even as a free agent. Most fans seem unimpressed with this link, and I can see why. However, we're just being linked with him right now. There's no solid contact between the club and the player's agent or player. These are just rumours right now, so we're not quite sure what's going to happen. It could be that Manchester United move for him. They do need another right winger. If they don't go for another right winger, they will have Pellistri and only Pellistri as an out-and-out right winger left at the club, and that is not good given Manchester United have got so many games to play this year. So do Manchester United bring another right winger? Yes, of course they need to bring another right winger in. They need to bring someone in who can cover whilst Anthony's away. He could be out for months, and clearly Sancho is not where he needs to be. Sancho clearly has one foot out the door and is not looking back and thinking, right, maybe this is my chance to go and play for Manchester United. Anthony's not here anymore. I can fight back and play well for Manchester United and get into the team and start in 11. He clearly does not want that fight. Please let us know what your thoughts are on the whole Sancho issue. Are you happy that he's decided to leave? Do you think it's best for Manchester United and for Sancho that he leaves in January? And what do you think about the link to El Ghazi? Do you think Manchester United should be looking at someone like him to replace Anthony and Sancho, or do you think Manchester United need to look at someone slightly better than El Ghazi? El Ghazi is a free transfer, and we do need squad players in Manchester United right now, so why not? Let us know your thoughts on El Ghazi. Do you think he's good enough to play for Manchester United? Do you think Manchester United should sign him, or do you think they should be looking for somebody else? Drop your comments below. We love to hear from all Manchester United fans, so please let us know your thoughts on the whole situation. And also, whilst you're dropping your comments, please hit that like button. We want 200 likes on this video, and if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Now, if United do sign El Ghazi and start playing him, what comes of Pellistri? What would you do as Pellistri if you're sat there watching this happen? You're there, you're waiting for your chance to play on the right wing for Manchester United, you're working hard, you're training hard, and suddenly Manchester United go out there and buy El Ghazi as a free agent and bring him in and start playing him ahead of you. I would not be happy with that situation. I really feel that Ten Hag needs to give Pellistri that chance to go and play for Manchester United. And if El Ghazi is being signed as a backup player to Pellistri, that's absolutely fine, I understand that. But if he's coming ahead of Pellistri, I would not be happy as a young player fighting for my place in the team, and then suddenly Manchester United are going and bringing in El Ghazi to replace Anthony. A few weeks ago, we did discuss how Ten Hag's management style has always been to go out there and bring in players for cheap and do not go and spend big, and that's probably why the Glazers initially gave the job to Ten Hag. And you can see in Ten Hag's transfer approach, he's going in for loans, he's going in for these free agents, and does not want to spend big on any player. He doesn't want to bring in big names. But it's really hard to knock Ten Hag for the situation that he's in right now. He's lost two right wingers in 1 week, two very good right wingers in Sancho and Anthony have both left the club essentially, and he will not be able to pick them. So he's left with Pellistri, and that's all. Any other manager in this situation would throw his dummy out the pram and complain about everything, and even write off the entire season and say that's it, the team is not going to get anywhere because I've lost two key players. But Ten Hag is not one of those managers. He's a problem solver. He gets his job done. He's looking at how to resolve the situation, and he's bringing in El Ghazi, or is looking to bring El Ghazi in, or anybody else to sort the situation out. And this is why people love Ten Hag, and why the fans of Manchester United love Ten Hag, because he is not someone who's going to sit there and complain about what his situation is in and how bad it is. He is just going to get on with it, and he's going to make sure that the team does well, because he's a winner. That's what he does. He's a winner, and all he wants to do is win. Now, in other news concerning Manchester United, we heard yesterday that Sir Jim Ratcliffe made a statement yesterday, or made some comments, or he's been quoted on a few things he said around the takeover of Manchester United. Now, he's been very silent on the whole issue. I think originally citing that there was non-disclosure agreements and he couldn't come out and say anything, but he finally has said something about the takeover. Now, Sir Jim Ratcliffe made some comments about having bid for Manchester United and how the Ineos group will not allow without any failure connecting to Manchester United. And as always, there's been a mixed reaction to his comments. Some people coming out saying that, oh, he's spoken first and therefore is not the winner of the bid, and that's why he's come out and broke his silence. Some people are saying no, this means that he's still in the bid, and some fans have taken this to mean that the sale process is still on and the Glazers are looking to sell, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe is sat there waiting for a response from the Glazer family. But as things stand, we've not heard anything from the Glazers or the Rain Group or any of the representatives of the Glazer family confirming that the sale is to happen or not to happen. Currently, what we're getting is contradicting reports. Some reports saying that the Manchester United is for sale, some reports saying that the sale is no longer taking place and the Glazers are looking to carry on as owners of Manchester United for the near future. And some other very interesting news coming out, it's been reported that Manchester United are very close to signing a £60 million shirt sponsor deal with Qualcomm, which is an IT company based in the US. Now, what does that mean in terms of the takeover? Most fans would have been hoping that the Glazers were not interested in making any more shirt sponsorship deals whilst they're looking to sell the club, but this could be an indication that the Glazers might be looking to stay. We do not know really what is going on behind the scenes at Manchester United and behind the closed doors within the Glazer family. What is going on? No one knows. We'll keep you posted on all the breaking news at Manchester United and more. Please hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You are watching the Man United Stream, a channel by the fans for the fans.